there, Andrea with Go Diaper Free here. I'm going to record episode 99 of my Go Diaper Free podcast. It's called EC and Pregnancy, When You Just Can't EC While Pregnant, and Other Life Lessons. It is a guest post written by our very own Go Diaper Free Certified Coach Laura Durkee. And I'm going to go ahead and read that now. It's going to be super fun. She's an excellent, fantastic writer, and you could find her at wisecrackedmama.com. Also, the show notes for this will be at godiaperfree.com/99 if you want to join us over there. All right, let's do this. Welcome to the Go Diaper Free podcast, where we're all about teaching you how to stop using diapers as early as birth. I'm your host, Andrea Olson, author and mom of 5 babies, all EC'd from birth, all out of diapers by walking. This is episode 99. We are almost at 100, you guys. It's called EC and Pregnancy, When You Just Can't EC While Pregnant, and Other Life Lessons. And it is a guest post from our very own Go Diaper Free Certified Coach, Laura Durkee. She is an amazing writer, super fun. You can find her at wisecrackedmama.com. And if you go to godiaperfree.com/99, you can see the full write-up of this particular guest post, as well as a link to her site and anything else I mentioned in today's show. And there will also be an invitation to communicate with us at the very end in the comments. So I hope you join us there. Okay, without further ado, here is Laura's post. Once upon a time, there was a mom who read the entirety of Go Diaper Free before her second son's birth. She bought the mats, the potty cozies, printed out charts, and practiced her P's and Q's. They sounded like psst and And once upon a time, that beautiful baby boy was born, and that mama suddenly realized she had 2 tiny humans to care for. Despite being so well prepared, she just couldn't seem to manage full-time EC with the effortlessness of her friends or her own imagination. Once upon a time, that mom was me. I was so proud of my newfound EC knowledge, so committed to doing everything the right way. I was sure my second child would ease out of diapers by 12 months and be a walking testament to my amazing parenting well before his second birthday. Now, you seasoned mamas know just what happens when we start thinking like that. My darling second-born didn't follow the pattern of my firstborn at all. He sat up late, hold a heavy 6-month over a sink while healing from pelvic prolapse, anyone? He crawled late. He didn't even try to start standing until 14 months. So much for my mobile testimony. He didn't say a single word. Was that C and EC for communication? He was often quite happy playing by himself, a blessing in most cases I realize, and felt no need to relay to me by verbal means or otherwise his elimination misadventures. Potty-tunities were my gold. And potty-tunities is defined as a natural potty opportunity. I learned this playful term and got my real kickstart into real-life EC through the Potty Time Master mini course. If you go to the show notes, this is Andrea speaking, there is a link to that very concise mini course of how to take your baby to the potty when they really don't signal, like when do I take them? Okay, so the link will be over at godiaperfree.com/99. Back to Laura's story. With an older brother who also needed my attention, I came to rely on elements in our existing routine to trigger a potty opportunity for my younger. This is EC lesson number 1. Combined with his silent need to poo signal, I'd sense a shift in the room's energy and look at him to see him looking back with those, "Uh-oh, Mom, it's coming," eyes. Our catch rate increased, and as he moved toward comfortably walking, it went up. I could almost taste my diaper freedom. And then, it's not that number 3 was unwanted. He was just rather unexpected. I was so darn sick, I could barely get off the couch the entire first trimester. Any energy I had was prioritized, and EC took the bottom rung of that ladder. I felt myself slipping into self-pity as the pile of wet diapers increased daily. Oh, I lamented, now my toddler won't be out of diapers until he's 2. Reality check, my dear, that's still over a year before the norm, not to mention he was completely comfortable with pottying and the mentality of diapers as a tool, not a toilet, which is miles ahead of where his brother was at that age. That's when it occurred to me to use what I had. This is EC and life lesson number 2. I didn't have the energy to watch for number 2's nonverbal cues, let alone whisk him to a potty if I miraculously noticed something. I did, however, have the energy to lift him to and from his crib at nap or bedtime, and to or from his high chair at mealtimes. This is what we'd use. I put the mini potty around the corner from our kitchen table in view of the couch. After a meal, since I was already picking him up out of the chair instead of putting him on the floor and grieving that I kept missing signals, I put him on the potty. And then I lay down on the couch and pretended not to watch him. On days he had the fidgets, I'd put him on the seat reducer. If he'd crawl off the mini potty, that is. So in 1 week, that's 21 plus meals after all of practice, he was pooping on the potty every single time. We regained our 100% poop catch, and he learned a valuable routine piece he still incorporates today of his own volition. As soon as the nausea lessened, and I had a wee bit more energy, lesson 3, this was not my initial plan, but we adjusted and went with the flow. I set aside a weekend, and I walked him through the tiny potty training process. He sailed through, then floundered when clothing entered the mix. Isadora, from the Tiny Potty Training book videos, private video library that comes with that book, and Bear, from the Tiny Trainers Learn line, helped him master the great pant pushdown in terms of mechanics. But something in his developmental journey wasn't ready to yet take ownership of the clothing portion. When he felt the urge to void his bladder while away from me, he just couldn't get them down. Lesson 4, your journey might not look exactly like someone else's, and that's okay. So, even with Isadora and Bear's help, it took a few months of relying more on potty tunities and stressing less about wet pants. Lesson 5, pee is sterile and cotton rocks. If you catch the pee accident immediately, simply rinse your trainers or pants and hang it to dry or lay on your floor's heat vent for a free dryer cycle. Reuse them. Then all of a sudden, he started running to the potty on his own and handling his clothing like a pro. All of a sudden, he actually refused my help because he had this. He was a big boy and he was going to do it by himself. I can't even remember exactly when everything finally clicked. It just flowed along with life. Lesson 6, the EC and parenting journey, is like that. One day all you can see is trees. Then all of a sudden you say, wow, look, it's a forest. Once upon a time, ideal met reality. And once upon a time, it all turned out okay. Take a deep breath, Mama. You've got this. And that's the end of Laura's amazing guest post. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. EC while pregnancy. The question is, come on over to the show notes at goodiperfree.com/99 right now. Her question for you guys is, have you done EC while pregnant? What are your best tips? We love hearing from each other and helping one another. This is such a strong community. So go on over to the show notes and write out what your best tips are for ECing while pregnant, if you've done that. I know I've done it 3 times when pregnant, still ECing. Yeah, 3 of my 5, I was also pregnant. One of the hardest things, in my opinion, is to handle the smell when I'm feeling really nauseous. My best tip is to get your partner on board if you have one to help out during that first trimester. But I want to hear from you, and so does Laura. Have you done EC while pregnant? What are your best tips? Go on over to the show notes and right there, we will be answering comments as they come in. And thank you so much for listening, you guys. I hope you've learned a lot today from Laura. Please also go over to the post and just thank her so much for her writing. We will have other guest posts from her coming up in the next few weeks. Meanwhile, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much. This is the Go Diaper Free podcast with Andrea Olson. And happy pottying, you guys. There you go. So go ahead and write in the comments below. Have you ever done EC while pregnant? And if so, are you doing it right now? Do you have any tips for everybody else? We look forward to your comments. Hit the bell and subscribe. We'll have more videos coming soon. Take care.